Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 51st episode of Tuesdays with Tobe. My name is Tobe Frierson, and as I say each week, I am thrilled to be back before you again today with another topic. And honestly, these next 2 weeks are going to be me kind of rounding out the year with you all, as I have been able to keep my promise and bring you one video each week for the last 50 weeks. And I'm super pumped to bring you my last 2 episodes of 2021. And I want to start by saying thank you all so much for all the birthday wishes and the birthday comments, for watching the last week's video and being able to see how I celebrated with all the things. But what I want to bring you this week is continued celebration, but this time it's celebration because of a pending move. I told you all at the end of last week's message that I was actually going to be leaving the city of Savannah here very soon, and that move is right upon us. It's imminent, if you will. And so I'm going to start to kind of tell you a little bit about that transition and about how I've been celebrating on the way out. And then next week, I'm dedicating the last message of the year to kind of update you on what's going to be happening with this channel in the future, and then also why I'm leaving Savannah, where I'm headed, and what's going to be going on with that. So that's what we're going to be doing with today's message. But before we get started, we have to set our ground rules as we do each week. There are family rules. You all are now my Tuesdays with Tobe family. And if you look behind me, ready, read. During Tuesdays with Tobe, we will use kind words. Do your best. Always be honest. Forgive and forget. Be happy. Count your blessings. Laugh at yourself. Stay positive and love one another. This past Sunday afternoon, I had an opportunity to gather with staff members, Dream Team members, and members of the Hope City Church family. That is the church that I have been associated with since I've been in Savannah. I started when it was named Impact Church Savannah, and then now we're Hope City. Look us up, by the way, if you're in Savannah, you're looking for a church. But I had an opportunity to gather with them as they wanted to give me a bit of a send-off before I head and start my new chapter and a whole new job. And what I will tell you all from being in that setting, and not just that setting, but also I told you there was a celebration at Georgia Southern University last week. What I will tell you is that I am feeling very much overwhelmed with the work that I've done, or maybe even the person that I've been during my stay in Savannah. And what I'll say to you about that is I haven't been a different person in Savannah than I've been anywhere else, but just coming into my now early 40s and understanding that the intentionality that I put behind a lot of things, particularly the way in which I interact with people, engage with people, prioritize people, if you will, and certainly the way I try to handle interpersonal conflict, it's actually worked out to the benefit of people experiencing me in the way in which I think that I'm presenting myself. And when I tell you all that that is probably the biggest blessing that I could ever have in life, I'm not somebody who's like really big on a lot of gifts. But I do like to gather and be around people, and I like to hear words of affirmation. I like to hear feedback. And I'm telling you, these 2 gatherings, that's really all I've heard is feedback. And of course, people are supposed to say good things about you when you're partying, right? They are. But also, these 2 events have been optional. No one's been forced to show up and forced to come and say things about their experience with me. So if you were at Hope City this past Sunday, and if you were at Georgia Southern University in that Welcome Center a couple Thursdays ago, or if you have sent me a card or a text message or been able to interact with me over the past few weeks, can I just say thank you? I want to thank you all for expressing to me who I thought I was, if that makes sense. And a lot of times we feel like we know how people are experiencing us, and we know how we're showing up in spaces and what that is. And truly, we don't know until someone tells us. But what's the most important about this is I'm not dead. And like, Tobe, wait, that just went left. What are you talking about? This whole idea about giving people their flowers while they're still living, that's what I feel like has happened to me over these last 2 weeks. Like it's felt like not a eulogy. That's the wrong word. That's what the preacher does. When people get up and do the comments and they have somebody like from the family, from the community, like a coworker and a church member, that thing. I've had those experiences. Sorry, if you don't know that funeral setup, I just really messed you up. But I feel like I've had those experiences. It's been like an outer body while I'm sitting in these spaces and people are one after the other coming up to make comments. I'm like, Tobe, this is what people say about people when they're dead. And that's a true statement. You all cannot dispute me on that at all. But I have learned, and I think I already do that. Sorry for the stuttering. I think I already do that. But what I have learned is it's so important to tell people right now who they are to you, what they mean to you, and not just tell them, show up for them. Do something kind and be in their space and be intentional. And that's what I feel like all of you have been with me over these past 2 weeks. And when I say I'm going to miss you all tremendously, I am going to miss you all tremendously. So I really just wanted to come on really quickly right now. And I know I keep building it up. Some of you are like, where are you going? Why are you leaving Savannah? What's going on? I'm putting all that together for you. I'm saving that for our last message of the year. But I do want to say a very big thank you. Savannah has a huge piece of my heart, a huge piece of my growth and development. And apparently with this upcoming move, Savannah also is going to have a huge piece of my next as far as things that are in store for me coming up in life. So I'm truly excited. And I'm truly grateful, and I want to continue to be the person that many of you have told me that I've been to you. I want to continue to replicate that 1,000 times over. Many of you know that I want to be on platforms speaking nationally and internationally, and that was a part of me starting this channel just to figure out how to speak for 7 minutes and what to talk about and whether there be any interest for that. I'm still going to say my weight loss journey, or my fitness journey, if you will, because it's really not weight loss. That was just a product of me learning how to eat and learning how to do other things. However, my fitness journey has still been the most popular over the year. So I don't really want to chronicle fitness. I don't want to like talk on the national stage about fitness, but that's been the most popular so far. So I'm going to keep at it with messages. I'm going to keep trying to stumble upon things and trying to figure out exactly where I'm supposed to position myself as a speaker. But I do want to thank you for every kind word, every interaction, every expression of love. Trust me, it's been felt. I am so super grateful. I'm going to show you all some images and maybe even a few clips of some of the receptions that I've been able to attend. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. It's Christmas week as well. Merry Christmas. Spend some time with family and friends and eating good things. And for those of you who are believers, also spend some time being super duper grateful that our Savior was born. I hope you all like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you back here for our last message of the year. Take care.
Tobe Frierson. For those of you that I don't know, I'm Amy Clines, and I've had the absolute pleasure of working with Tobe, not for that long necessarily, but in the Office of Admissions. So I'm going to start us off. This is an opportunity for you guys to come up here and roast Tobe. No, I'm just kidding. Turn the tables.
I put it in the agenda.
Yeah, that's right. No, but we wanted to provide folks an opportunity. If you wanted to say a few words about Tobe, we would love to hear your stories. Again, I feel like I'm the late person to the Tobe party because I literally think I've probably worked with you the least amount of time. But I will say in the short time that I've known Tobe, she's made quite an impression, and she certainly has helped me grow as a leader and a professional. Tobe, one of my very first memories was when I interviewed, of course, and you were sitting every place that you were there. You were right in the front row, looking up at me, just sitting there, and I avoided looking at you because I knew I was like, she's actually paying attention. You know? I'm gonna get nervous, right? Like, oh my gosh. But with that said, you just have a presence about you. Whether you're sitting in a presentation, coming into a meeting, having a conversation, and that's something that not everybody has. That's a gift, and I feel truly blessed to have been a part of your career trajectory here. Hopefully, you've learned a little bit from me because I have learned so much from you. Thank you for making me a better leader, a better person, and thank you so much for everything that you've contributed to us. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. So, well, I just wanted to keep my thoughts together. So when I start crying,
Same.
I'm kidding. But anyway, some people are so unique and so talented they can't be boxed into a single category. And Tobe Frierson is certainly one of those people. I chaired the search committee that brought Tobe to campus as a director of admissions many years ago, and some may say that is the single greatest accomplishment of my career. I knew Tobe was special, but when I found out that she played piano and sang, I thought, okay, well, the university gets a new director of admissions. I get someone to play music with. This is a win-win, so we've got to hire Tobe. Tobe and I became fast friends, both professionally and personally, and we shared so many fun moments together, playing music and sharing laughs. So many great memories that I will never forget. The only disagreement that Tobe and I ever had was, will the duo be named Jason and Tobe? So if you know Tobe, she's certainly not one-dimensional. She's prayerfully involved in making a positive difference in the lives of others with her leadership series, her YouTube videos, and I know that she's very involved and loved in her church. I'll bet most of you don't know that Tobe also enjoys riding motorcycles. Do you still do that?
I do not.
No. As a friend back in the day, that would scare the hell out of me. I mean, what are you doing? So one night I got a quick story, a motorcycle story. One night we were over at her apartment downtown, and we were having a late night jam session. And she was like, I'm leaving for the weekend. Can I store my motorcycle in your garage? I said, okay, of course. And so she jumps on the bike, I get in my car, and I'm following her to my house, and the motorcycle dies on Washington Avenue in Midtown. She's like, the battery's been giving me fits, I think the battery's died on me. I said, okay. I said, no worries, let's clutch start it. She was like, clutch start it, what's that? I said, okay. Get on the bike, hold in the clutch, I'm gonna push you as hard as I can. And when I tell you to, put it in first gear, pop the clutch, and you'll take off. Didn't even ask a question. Okay, let's do it. And so, I know you remember this. And so we do it. She gets on the bike, holds in the clutch. I'm pushing her for all I'm worth down Washington. Get her going fast enough. All right, pop it. And she does. And I neglected to tell her how fast it could take off. She gooses it, and it just pops up. Washington Avenue on this wheelie and sit like forever, and finally went down. But she hung on.
This is real.
That whole situation just sums up Tobe. She's adventurous, bold, fun-loving, and passionately risk-taking. She's a servant leader who, without a doubt, is leaving the Armstrong campus a much better place than she found it. Tobe, personally, I will miss you, but know that you're following your heart and great things will happen for you. My family and I love you, and we look forward to a Jason and Tobe reunion one of these days.
Yes!